Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Vechain. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now let's get straight into the TA. As you can see, we are in a channel down pattern right now. We just had a bounce off of the resistance of the pattern and we are on our way down. So according to this channel pattern, we are going to be all the way down here for our next retest of the support, because every time you hit the resistance level, you end up all the way down at the support level of the pattern. And every time you hit the support of the pattern, your next target is the resistance of the pattern. So it goes back and forth until you eventually break the pattern. And usually channel down patterns are broken to the upside. So maybe once we have that last retest of the support, our next move towards the resistance is going to be a powerful one, and we are going to break above it and have a very strong impulsive move to the upside, which is usually a confirmation that you're breaking out of a pattern. If you have a very, very soft breakout and you're really, not sure that what's going to happen, there's a very good chance that you're going to come back into that pattern. And that was simply a fake out. That's also what could happen. But we have to look at Bitcoin. As always, we have to look at the S&P 500 market, because if that crashes, Bitcoin is going to see a move to the downside as well, maybe taking us down to $10,000, maybe to $12,000. Now, zooming in a little bit more here, you can see that we do have a support block that was lost just recently, and we already retested it as resistance. So as you can see, we have this support block in between the 0.0235 to 0.010 area. And we just lost this in November. We had a back test of resistance November 16th, and then we have a lower low. So we have retested this as resistance. Potentially, we're done with this block for now, and we might be on our way down. However, you see that we have 3 bullish candles on the daily chart for Vechain. So potentially we could see a retest of the 20 EMA, which is the yellow trend line here. So we may see a move to the upside towards the 20 EMA. We get rejected off of that, and then we get sent back down. Maybe we even see a move all the way back into the resistance block and a retest off of the top of the block, maybe even wicking towards the resistance of the channel down pattern, and that will take us back down. So if you have entered off of this pullback, you might have a nice swing trade opportunity waiting down the line in the next week or so. But of course, you have to look at Bitcoin. Vechain will not pump on its own unless there are any specific Vechain bullish news out in the market. And if I zoom out to show you the Fibonacci retracement that I have set up, so I have the swing high as the high that we printed in 2021 in November. So that is going to be our swing high, and the swing low is printed in May of 2021. Our 1.618 target was met, right? And then we had a rejection off of the 1.272, and then we went all the way below the 1.618. So our current target is the second fib level, sitting at 0.01447. That's what I'm going to be targeting for the next move down in crypto for Vechain. Now, if we drop even below that and we actually adhere to the channel structure and we come back to retest the channel support, we might as well retest the 2.272 Fibonacci level, which is going to be at 1 cent. So we do have a lot of confluence in this area, especially the fact that this goes back to the lows that we printed back in October of 2020. This is exactly at the same level here as the 2.272 level. So I would keep an eye on this level. 1 cent would be a golden area to enter for you if you're looking to hold Harmony One long term, obviously. Now, from our all-time high price in April of 2021, we're currently down 93.7%. That is not a lot compared to other altcoins or compared to what altcoins usually drop down to in bear markets. So if we drag it all the way down to the 2.272 Fibonacci level, that's going to put us at 96.3 on the percentage there. So that would be more like a bear market for an altcoin. So I'm not saying that that's going to happen 100%. I'm just saying that that's what usually happens for altcoins. So there is still some room to drop here. So I would not go all in into Harmony One just yet. Now, taking a look at the daily RSI, you can see that we had another perfect bounce off of this trend line. So this was a perfect entry based on the RSI. And like I said, if you entered right now with this pullback, you are currently up around 10%. Then you could be taking profits at the 20 EMA on the daily. That's a nice 16% move. So this is why I have these trend lines on the RSI. They're also a very good chart to use for entries and exits. So for now, our next major resistance level would be this here. So this RSI that we print, let me just get a rectangular pattern. This is going to be a lot better. So as you can see, we do have multiple retests of that area. You can even extend it just like that. As you can see, we had a bounce in September, another bounce in October, then we flipped it to support in October and at the end of October, and then we had a move towards the downside. So potentially we could go all the way up here and retest this support block, or previous support block, I should say, as resistance. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for on the RSI. If you're looking for a short-term swing trade, if you see the RSI up there, I would take profits and then wait for another pullback to enter off of the pink trend line. And obviously, if we end up losing the pink trend line and we go all the way into the oversold, that's going to be an important level for you to look at and to enter, because the last time we did that in May, as you can see, we had a relief rally taking us all the way up into the overbought. So I'm not saying that's going to happen once again exactly like that, but usually once you are in the oversold area below the index of 30, that's an incredible opportunity for you to make either money short term or to have a great entry point for long term. So let's switch over to the Binance chart. So taking a look at the Binance website on the weekly chart, you can see that I've added a large buy zone here, this large support block that we've actually entered here in November. So anywhere from 0.02205 to 0.00879. This is the low that we printed in November of 2020 and the high that we printed in August of 2020. So this trading range here sets us a nice buy area. So this buy area is important because if we have any more capitulations, we are aware that this is sort of our potential bottom that we might retest for Vechain down the line. So if you have this on your charts and you see us, moving all the way down here, you see Bitcoin at $10,000 and you see Harmony One chilling at this price, you're going to know that this is a great area to enter, because the last time we were here, we got a very strong wick and we have a very strong V-shaped recovery from there. So that's why I have this on the chart, just so you have future support levels. And if I start zooming in, you can see that I have a Fibonacci retracement on the chart as well. This is a slightly different one. So this one is from the high that we printed in November and with the swing low that we printed in October. And this gives us the 1.618 target at 0.01772 cents. We've reached that 1.618 target right now, and I would be looking at a bounce from that 1.618 target to the purple trend line that I have here on the chart. So let me just change the color of the trend line so it's more visible to you. There we go, now it's blue. So we had one retest of the blue trend line in August, another retest in November. So potentially with a relief rally coming in December, we might see another retest and a move back to the downside. So that would be something I would be eyeballing if I was looking for an exit. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Vechain chart. If I missed out anything important, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, feel free to join me on Patreon, and feel free to check out the Discord server as well. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.